High above the isolated island, geothermal cracks spread across the land like glowing red veins, marking a world where nature has been twisted by ancient fire. Limestone peaks stand warped and broken by the intense heat, while noxious sulfur clouds rise from the depths to mask the secrets of this forbidden realm. Molten lava creeps over the bones of titans long dead, a grim reminder that only the strongest can survive in this land where the earth itself bleeds. The ground trembles with a rhythmic violence as the shifting tectonic plates signal the awakening of a power that has slept for millennia beneath the crust. Deep within the core, geothermal energy pulses like a heartbeat, fueling the mutation of wildlife into monsters of unimaginable size and ferocity beyond human reach. This is a place where human laws no longer apply. A primal arena forged by heat and pressure, waiting for the masters of the wild to collide. From the shadows of the summit, a legend emerges. Each footstep shatters the cooling stone, announcing the arrival of the apex predator of the northern peaks. Meet Fenris, the silver wolf, a creature of ice and energy whose very presence defies the sweltering heat of the volcano he calls his home. His eyes, blue as a frozen glacier, burn with a cold intelligence, scanning the horizon for any threat that dares to challenge his absolute territorial dominance. With a keen sense sharpened by centuries of survival, Fenris catches the scent of a predator rising from the depths. An enemy he was born to fight. The guardian of the heights prepares himself, his body tense and ready to unleash a fury that hasn't been seen since the world was young and raw. His howl is a thunderclap that tears through the smog, a challenge to any who hide in the fire, demanding they face the master of the wind. A titan of fur and bone, Fenris stands taller than any skyscraper, a monument to the raw power of nature's most extreme and dangerous evolution on this island. As the blue energy within him surges, Fenris enters a state of ultimate predatory focus, his instinct tuned to the vibration of the approaching subterranean nightmare. But deep within the churning basin, the lava lake begins to boil with an unnatural intensity, signaling the arrival of a terror from the Earth's core. The surface erupts in a fountain of fire as the lava serpent rises, a nightmare of scales and heat that has slumbered in the planet's molten heart. Covered in scales as hard as volcanic rock, the serpent's body is a living furnace, with magma flowing through its veins like the very blood of Earth. Its massive length seems endless, coiling around the ancient pillars of the crater like a constrictor made of shadows and fire, ready to crush its foe. With a simple flex of its muscular body, the serpent grinds solid stone into dust, proving that nothing can withstand its suffocating and destructive embrace. Two titans of the prehistoric world now stand face to face, one of ice and silver fur, the other of fire and obsidian scales, ready for war. The serpent's gaze is a searing flame of hatred, locking onto the wolf as its next meal, hungry for the energy that pulses within Fenris's body. Without a moment of hesitation, Fenris launches himself into the air, a silver streak of fury descending upon the serpent with the force of a comet. The serpent moves with surprising speed, avoiding the initial strike and swinging its colossal tail like a battering ram to intercept the wolf's mid-air assault. The impact is cataclysmic, sending the wolf flying across the cavern floor as stones shatter under the force of the serpent's incredibly powerful and heavy tail. Recovering in an instant, Fenris bites down with bone-crushing pressure, his fangs finding the weak points in the serpent's armor to draw first blood in this match. Molten blood gushes from the wound, searing the ground like fresh lava, a liquid fire that threatens to consume anything in its path with intense heat. The heat is unbearable, scorching the wolf's beautiful silver coat, yet the internal energy of the beast keeps him moving through the pain and the fire. In a counterattack, the serpent wraps its massive body around the wolf, squeezing with enough force to crush a mountain, pulling him toward the molten abyss. Fenris digs his claws into the basalt hide, sparks flying like stars as he fights for a foothold against the relentless pull of the serpentine destroyer. Their voices blend into a terrifying chorus of survival. Sound so powerful, it threatens to bring the entire volcanic structure crashing down upon their heads. With a violent tug, Fenris rips away a piece of the serpent's armor, exposing the white-hot core that serves as the heart of this ancient beast. The very walls of the crater begin to fail, unable to contain the sheer magnitude of the struggle as two forces of nature collide with unstoppable momentum. Speed meets strength in this horrific dance, where every movement could be the last for either of these legendary creatures in this battle for supremacy. The mountain finally breaks, erupting in a violent display of power that rains fire and destruction down upon the two combatants as they continue their fight. Fenris leaps with impossible grace across the sinking stones, his survival instincts pushed to the limit as he avoids both the serpent and the rising magma. His claws are a blur of silver and blue, shredding the serpent's hide and sending showers of glowing rock flying into the air with every powerful strike. The serpent retaliates with a breath of pure geothermal fire, a beam of heat so intense it melts the very air around the wolf's agile frame. In slow motion, the wolf twists through the searing heat, the tips of his silver fur turning to ash as he barely escapes the serpent's incinerating breath. He lands with precision and strikes again, tearing into the serpent's massive tail and causing the creature to thrash in a wild Agaile's agonizing display of pain. The serpent's scream is a high-pitched hiss that pierces the air, its body churning the lava into a violent whirlpool as it seeks to drown its enemy. With a desperate surge, the serpent binds the wolf once more, its coils tightening with a sickening crunch that signals the breaking of the wolf's ribs. Pain only fuels the wolf's resolve, his eyes glowing with an ancient, celestial light as he prepares to unleash the full extent of his hidden power. Locked together, they tumble down the crumbling slopes, a chaotic mass of fur and fire falling deeper into the heart of the world's most dangerous volcano. Surrounded by fountains of liquid fire, the two monsters grapple in the inferno, their silhouettes dancing against the backdrop of a world that is falling apart. Fenris releases a pulse of absolute zero energy, a shockwave of frost that turns the air to ice and creates a violent explosion upon hitting the heat. The resulting steam cloud is blinding, a wall of vapor created by the clash of elemental opposites, hiding the final moments of this epic and bloody struggle. The very floor of the crater disintegrates, turning into a massive sinkhole that begins to swallow the two titans whole as they refuse to let go. Fenris strains every fiber of his being, his teeth locked into the serpent's throat, determined to take his enemy down into the abyss with him tonight. This is the end of an age-old rivalry, as the two masters of the island reach the final breaking point in a world that can no longer contain them. The entire mountain collapses inward, a catastrophic failure of the earth that sends everything spiraling down into the dark, fiery heart of the ancient magma chamber. Ash and steam combine to form a thick shroud, burying the two giants in a tomb of shadow as they fall toward a fate unknown to all. One final glimpse reveals them still fighting, locked in a lethal embrace that will carry them both into the deepest reaches of the Earth's fiery core. Down they go, falling through the broken crust and into the bottomless abyss, surrounded by the glowing debris of a world that has finally been destroyed. A blinding light of pure energy and fire fills the screen. Oh, the final explosion of a dying volcano, witnessing the end of its two greatest and most terrible children. They vanish into the sea of fire, two legends lost to the heat and the pressure as the mountain settles into a final, violent and thunderous eruption. The world goes dark, leaving only the memory of their struggle and a final roar that echoes through the silence. Who will emerge from the ashes? The battle may be over, but the war for survival has just begun. Stay tuned for the next chapter in the saga of the Giant Beast Islands.